figurehead for
I didn't even know
2000s
she had a racist
nostalgia,
past. Well, it's
promptly known as
expected
one
in
of
the
the most
2000s.
recognizable reality
Suburban
TV
white
stars
girl, well,
and
rich white
influencers
girl.
of her era. Since then, Paris has had a bit of an image rebrand. She decided to ditch the dumb blonde archetype that
Yeah,
she
that's true.
admittedly played up and exaggerated for entertainment,
Yeah, that's
for
true.
something that is a bit more real and personal. Domino effect of success for her.
Yes.
While Paris openly addressed
Let go
her
that bimbo
character and the
shit.
way she presented herself in the 2000s and her traumatic youth, there was a part of her career and public image that she was shy to directly address or bring up until recently. And that is her history of homophobia and racism.
And she was homophobic?
I want to preface this
Double
by
whammy.
saying
Damn.
Paris Hilton was a grown adult when she made these remarks. I'm not saying it would be any better coming from a
Yeah, it
younger
wouldn't.
person.
I
as it
was
relates to
10 and I wasn't
hurtful
thinking to
or
be
ignorant
racist to
things.
people.
But I do think being a kid in certain scenarios is much more forgivable.
Yeah, I
Particularly
understand
when
it, but at the
comes
same
to
time, it doesn't
genuine
make
ignorance
sense.
and oblivion. I don't believe the same applies to when you're intentionally being malicious and harmful. But I do believe that either way, that change for the better is at least capable. But of course, for a grown adult who's maliciously, intentionally, and repeatedly hurling insults or slurs and showing racism towards a group of people on multiple different occasions, it's a completely different and disgusting ballpark. Also taking into account that none of this was addressed, at least
Just no
publicly.
time.
Taken from the Pink News, the article
That's not
reads,
taking any of this serious. These
writing
people
in
who
her
are
new
racist
book,
behind
Paris
these
the
doors.
Memoir, the Simple Life star explained that while living at the therapeutic boarding schools from the age of 16, she had to take part in group attack therapy, where participants were forced to hurl abuse at one another.
Oh wow,
Hilton, who was
what?
42,
That's
said that
therapy?
the therapy sessions included the ugliest
Sounds like
language
trauma.
possible. The N-word, the C-word, the F-word,
Whoa.
not that F-word, the worst one. I look back on some of the
What's the
things I
worst
said in the
F-word?
years after I left Provo,
What's
in the
worse than
throes of
the
PTSD,
gay
and I'm
F-word?
mortified, she wrote in the memoir, adding that she was horrified. The socialite has come under fire numerous times for her use of slurs and discriminatory language since her global
I didn't
rise
know
to
about
fame
any
in
of this.
2003. In 2012, Hilton was recorded suggesting that gay men probably have AIDS. Gay guys are the horniest people in the world. They're disgusting. Dude, most of
guys
them
in
probably
general are
have
horny,
AIDS,
baby. That's a little
Hilton
dumb.
said in the audio clip. She later apologized for those comments. In 2007, videos were obtained showing Hilton dancing to the Biggie song Hypnotize with her sister Nikki, in which Hilton says,
so.
"We're like two N-words." The video also saw Hilton call a friend the F-word, while other footage showed her changing the lyrics of Sister Sledge's We Are Family to include racist
they're
and
just really
anti-Semitic
ignorant people.
remarks. Expanding on her defense for making the comments, Hilton said that her abusive experience at the boarding schools left her with a severely damaged filter. "I'm grossed out because that means those creepy people got inside my head. I never really left them behind," Hilton writes. "I couldn't party hard enough, couldn't drive fast enough, couldn't crank my music loud enough or vacuum up enough love to make it go away. Sometimes I fall back on
You're a
that
white
slay or
person
be slain
with a lot of
mentality,
privilege and money.
I'm not proud of that. I was effed up, okay?
I don't understand people are
And I
surprised
drank
by
a
this.
lot,
I really hope
like
no
a
one's
lot."
surprised.
Hilton, who was charged with driving under the
The good thing
influence
is that
of
she's trying
alcohol
to
in
do better at
2006,
least.
said she
That's what we
drank
know.
to dull the pain, but added that was not an excuse for her use of derogatory language. "Sometimes I was just wasted and being a effing moron. I don't remember half
You
the
were
stuff
wasted and
people
your
say
true
I
self was
said
coming out.
when I was being a blacked out
Don't make
idiot,
excuses.
but I'm not denying it." There's a few things I would like to say about this statement. One part that did stick out to me was the lack of accountability and shifting the blame.
Exactly. Thank you.
The
Shifting.
traumatic stuff you went through at boarding school is not an excuse, neither is being blackout drunk. Even
Thank
though she
you.
says it's not an excuse, she kind of presents it
As an excuse.
A normal person or everyday
not
person who has
stupid.
gone through some tough things would not be able to say racist or homophobic things in a workplace or super
Talk
public
about
place
it.
and be like,
People go through
"Sorry,
stuff
I'm
every
dealing
day.
with
That
childhood
doesn't
trauma.
mean
Sorry, I was drunk."
shit. I have a bad day at
There
work.
will
Doesn't
more than
mean I want to
likely
go
be
call
some type
people
of
all type of
consequence or
slurs.
conflict. And once again, just to reiterate,
That doesn't mean you have some
she
mental
was a
illness,
grown
baby. You go
adult
talk
when
to somebody.
She said all of these things. She was world famous and a tabloid fixture, and she was still allowed so much leniency throughout this entire process.
She has iconic looks though.
Even when it
Look at
came
what
to
she's wearing. She
addressing
look
or
good. I gotta give her
apologizing.
that.
And when the heat is finally on and there's a moment for her to truly own up to it and just move past it, she shifts the blame towards her boarding school experience. It's just tasteless. centering
This is what
yourself
all
as a
this is what they all
victim
do.
in the
All
midst of
people who
something
say
that's supposed
horrible
to be an
things shift the
apology.
blame on. Oh,
It's also
I
kind
went
of
through this, and
manipulative.
this, so I became
Nothing
a
takes away
disgusting
from
person.
victimhood.
People go through stuff every day,
You can
baby.
still be a
Stop making
victim and
excuses.
acknowledge your own faults as well. Her actions reflected how she and her friend group acted and thought.
Exactly.
I feel like it would have been a much more sincere response if she just owned up to it completely and honestly. Hilton is an interesting concept,
Ooh,
but perhaps there hasn't been
iconic
much evolution at
jogging
all.
suit.
Maybe she's just more
They got a
cautious
mill
of
one.
her public image this time around.
All I have to say is the reflecting. The reflecting. I understand going through stuff, being a day-to-day human. We're all humans. We all go through stuff. We all have bad days. But to sit there and say my bad day made me racist or made me homophobic is just ignorant. No, baby, you've always thought like this. You grew up like this with these thoughts, and you hung around people who had fucked up mindsets. So you projected what you thought and what they thought onto reality and just showed us who you were as a person. Granted, you can't change as a person. You can't grow. You can understand and start to educate yourself and stop being an ignorant piece of shit. But at the same time, I don't have time for it. Just grow up and take accountability, baby. That's all I have for this video today, guys. If you want to see more videos like this video, hit that sub button and like this video if you like this video. Bye.